What's up again, guys? Brian here at 3TR, and I got another episode of The People's Questions, episode 121. Today, in celebration of Transformers, which will be coming out and not too far from now, I decided I'll play some Transformers Fall of Cybertron. Now, to jump into you guys' questions, the first three questions come from James V, and you want to know, have I ever played DayZ or Gmod on PC? Well, James, I'm not really much of a PC gamer, so I can't say that I've played or even heard of those two games. Your next question is, have I ever been overseas? Technically, yes, because I wasn't born in this country, but since I've been in this country, I've never actually left it, so kind of yes and no. Your next question is, what is my favorite shoe brand? You know, I never really thought about like that. I don't really pay too much attention to shoe brands. For me, shoes are shoes. Yeah, as long as I get from point A to point B, I don't really care where they come from. The next four questions come from Draven G, and you want to know my thoughts on the trailer for the Flash TV show. It looks okay. I'm not too big on the costume, but I think that them using the storyline that Dr. Zoom was responsible for Barry's mom's death. I think that's a very interesting storyline, and I think the effects for Flash moving around, I think they look really cool. So hopefully they'll be able to do a number of crossovers between Flash and Green Arrow, and hopefully this will become a really great series. The only thing I'm curious about is that if they're going to use Barry Allen for the Flash in the TV series, then which Flash are they going to use for the live-action Justice League film? I mean, if I had to pick, I would pick Wally West, because you need a comic relief character, and he seems to be the perfect fit for the Justice League. Your next question is, do I like horror movies? I can watch horror movies. I don't particularly care about horror movies because the whole point of horror movies is they're supposed to scare you, and movies just are incapable of doing that. So really, any horror movie that I supposedly end up seeing, it kind of takes away from the experience. Your next question is, if yes, what is my favorite type of horror film? I guess the Evil Dead films, simply because they have a good amount of humor. I mean, they're not really scary, but it's kind of like the old school 80s, 70s horror, like horror type with the practical effects. I think that's just entertaining. And your last question is, what are my thoughts on the Michael Jackson hologram performance at the BMAs? A lot of people have been asking me about that. For one, I don't think that was a hologram. You could clearly tell that it was on a screen, but from what I could tell, it was a screen that had depth. And so the image of Michael that we were seeing, we could see that there were parts where he was further away from us, and he was closer to us at times, to not get in the way of the backup dancers. But as for the performance itself, I thought it was very interesting. I think they could have used a little bit of work on the face a little bit, but for a tribute to Michael Jackson, yeah, I really did enjoy it. I've been reading a lot of comments on that video. People were kind of complaining, saying, "Oh, let the guy rest in peace. They're making money off of him. This looks horrible. Those aren't Michael's moves." I just call bullshit on all of them. I thought it was a really great performance. I wouldn't want to see like a whole tour done with this thing, but just as a little nod to him to say that he's still relevant to this day. I thought it was very, very honorable. The next four questions come from Zach Jaime, and you want to know, have I read the Walking Dead comics? No, Zach. I'm not a Walking Dead fan. I've not read the comic books. I've not watched the TV show. I've not played any of the games. So I'm just not a Walking Dead fan in general. And your next question is, do I like the show? Never saw the show. Your next question is, what is my favorite Resident Evil game? 4. 4 was the very first Resident Evil game I ever played, and it is only one of 2 games in the history of video games that has ever legitimately scared me. And then the next question is, favorite zombie game besides the Resident Evil franchise? Well, the second contender, I can't really say it counts as its own individual game, but I would say the Nazi zombie side game that was part of the Call of Duty games. Those have always been entertaining to me, especially in World of War. I mean, that was during my period of life where I was a big Call of Duty addict, and I used to play Nazi zombies all the time. I mean, heck, if any of you guys would want to do a video playing, killing some zombies on Call of Duty, let me know, and I'll set up a time so we can get that recorded. The next question comes from Gunnar Drake, and you want to know, who is my favorite Metal Gear Solid character? Well, Gunnar, my favorite Metal Gear Solid character is Big Boss, simply because between Boss and between Big Boss and Snake, Big Boss simply had a lot more development. He felt more human, and Snake was just kind of not really a very changing character, and I think that's going to continue in the Phantom Pain. But Gunnar, I actually made a video going over my top 5 favorite video game Metal Gear Solid characters. So if you want me to leave you the link to that, tell me in the comments, and I'll send you the link. And the last 2 questions come from Oscar Navarro, and you want to know, who do I think is faster, Flash or Superman? Oh God, oh, this is an old one. Flash is clearly faster. I mean, he is known as the fastest man alive. Technically, Superman, even though he's called man, he's not a human man. So, he's a Kryptonian. And although Superman can certainly go faster than the speed of light, he can get from the Earth to the Sun in a matter of seconds, but Flash can run so fast that he can move through time. And before any of you pull the whole Christopher Reeve Superman 1, he goes around the Earth so fast that time spins, that's completely different. Any of the Flashes, especially Barry, can actually go so fast they can actually time travel, and that is amazing. And your last question is, do I think the Batman and Superman film will be worth the money? You know what? I don't really care at this point. I mean, I personally think that this next Batman vs. Superman film, the Justice League film, I think they're both going to suck. Am I going to see them in theaters? Of course, but my expectations are not very high for both of those films. And with that, those are all the questions that you guys sent in for this particular episode. I would like to thank all of you guys for sending in your really great set of questions. If you would like me to answer your questions on episode 122, please type them in the comments down below, but make sure you get them into me before Wednesday before I start filming these. And if you like this video, feel free to like, comment down below, and please subscribe to keep track of my future episodes of people's questions. And like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.